planet
Pluto
again.
had it coming from the beginning. It was never really belong. Pluto's orbit crosses that of another planet. That's no kind of behavior for a planet.
In the frozen outskirts of our solar system, two worlds have been locked in a cosmic dance for billions of years, never touching, never colliding. But now, whispers from the world of astronomy suggest that something may be disturbing that fragile balance. Neil deGrasse Tyson has issued a warning that hints at a chain reaction reaching all the way to Earth. If he's right, what's coming won't just rewrite textbooks, it could change everything we thought we knew about our place in space. Pluto's extreme orbit. When Neil deGrasse Tyson speaks, the scientific community and the public tend to listen, thanks to his decades of solid, respected work in astronomy. Tyson is not just another popular science figure. He's an American astrophysicist, an accomplished author, and one of the most recognizable science communicators alive today, who has had his contributions recognized at the highest levels. He has been the director of the Hayden Planetarium at the American Museum of Natural History in New York since 1996, a role that has placed him at the center of public education on the cosmos for almost 3 decades. His academic background is equally formidable: an undergraduate degree in physics from Harvard University, a master's degree in astronomy from the University of Texas at Austin, and a doctorate degree in astrophysics from Columbia University. Over the years, Tyson has shaped public debates on topics ranging from space exploration policy to science education. Perhaps most famously, he became a central figure in the public's understanding of, and controversy around, Pluto's reclassification from a planet to a dwarf planet in 2006. That debate didn't just redefine a world at the edge of the solar system, it cemented Tyson's role as someone unafraid to challenge long-held assumptions. And Pluto gives him plenty to talk about. Unlike the near-circular, flat paths traced by most planets, Pluto's orbit around the Sun is dramatically tilted and stretched. The solar system's planets largely orbit within the same thin disc-shaped region known as the ecliptic plane. Pluto, however, ignores that neat arrangement. Its orbit is inclined by about 17 degrees relative to this plane. That's enough to make it swing far above and far below the main planetary highway as it makes its long journey around the Sun. But Pluto's orbit is also highly eccentric, and this means that it's not a perfect circle but more like a stretched oval. At its closest point to the Sun, called perihelion, Pluto is about 30 astronomical units away, with 1 astronomical unit being the average distance between Earth and the Sun. At its farthest point, called aphelion, Pluto is about 4 to 9 astronomical units away. This difference in distance is huge, and it means Pluto's surface experiences extreme variations in sunlight and temperature over the course of its orbit. Because of this unusual shape and tilt, Pluto's path sometimes takes it closer to the Sun than Neptune. In fact, from 1979 until 1999, Pluto was actually inside Neptune's orbit. This situation is especially alarming when you imagine 2 planetary bodies on a collision course. But there's more to the story than you could imagine. Another unusual feature of Pluto is its rotation. It spins in the same direction as most planets, but it takes a surprisingly long time, about 6.4 Earth days, to complete one spin. In other words, a single Pluto day is longer than a week here on Earth. And its year is truly vast. Pluto needs 248 Earth years to make one trip around the Sun. That means no human has ever lived through a full Pluto year. Since its discovery in 1930, Pluto hasn't even made it halfway through its current orbit. It is these extreme and awkward characteristics that led Tyson to famously call Pluto a gravitational misfit in our solar system. It doesn't conform to the tidy patterns we see in the 8 main planets. Its tilted, elongated path, its sometimes Neptune-crossing position, and its slow spin all mark it as an outlier and a world that challenges our sense of order in the solar system. But the real question is, were Pluto and Neptune always destined to collide into each other? And what could be the reason behind this universe-changing event? The answer lies in a precise orbital relationship that acts like a cosmic safety mechanism, revealing just how intricate and well-ordered our solar system can be. The orbital resonance that prevents collision. At first glance, the fact that Pluto's orbit crosses inside Neptune's might sound like an astronomical disaster waiting to happen. With two massive bodies and one path, it's easy to picture a slow-motion collision unfolding over millions of miles. But the truth is far stranger and far more elegant than that. Pluto and Neptune are locked in what astronomers call a 3:2 mean motion resonance. That's a technical way of saying that their dance around the Sun is perfectly timed. For every 3 trips Neptune makes, Pluto makes exactly 2. This rhythm means the two worlds are never in the same place at the same time, no matter how their paths appear to cross when viewed from above. But this isn't just about orbital timing. There's another safeguard built into the system, something called libration. Instead of tracing a perfectly repeating loop, Pluto's orbit actually wobbles, or oscillates, around a safe zone relative to Neptune's position. This gentle swaying motion makes sure Pluto never drifts too close. Even at its closest approach to Neptune's orbit, it stays millions of kilometers away. Add to this another subtle mechanism, called nodal precession, and the system becomes even more secure. The points where Pluto's orbit crosses the plane of the solar system slowly shift over time. This gradual drift means that even if their paths look like they cross, those intersection points are constantly moving, further reducing the chance of any close encounter. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Neptune's gravity isn't just a passive player in all this. It actively fine-tunes Pluto's path, pulling ever so slightly in ways that help keep this cosmic choreography stable. The result is a self-correcting orbital relationship that's been in place for billions of years. Long-term computer simulations confirm it. This isn't a fragile arrangement that might fall apart next week. Models stretching billions of years into the future show the resonance holding firm. Pluto and Neptune have been playing this gravitational duet for longer than life has existed on Earth, and they just might keep at it long after our planet is gone. But what happens when something disturbs that harmony? Because while this resonance has survived for billions of years, the solar system is not a static place. It changes. It evolves. And under the right or wrong conditions, even a dance this perfect could stumble. Disruptions that could break the stability. One of the biggest threats comes from something we can't easily predict: passing rogue planets. Astronomers believe there may be planet-sized objects wandering through our galaxy, not bound to any star. They drift silently, dark and cold, for millions, sometimes billions, of years before crossing paths with other star systems. If a rogue planet passed close enough to our solar system, its gravity could nudge the orbits of Neptune or Pluto just enough to throw off the delicate timing of their resonance. And even a small shift in position or speed could cascade into larger and larger changes over time. Another possible destabilizer lies closer to home, and it's the shifts in Jupiter's orbit. Jupiter is by far the most massive planet in the solar system, and its gravitational influence reaches deep into the outer solar system. If something, such as a long-term gravitational interaction with Saturn, altered Jupiter's orbit even slightly, the ripple effect could extend outward, subtly reshaping the paths of Neptune and Pluto. And over millions of years, those small distortions could build into something more dangerous. Perhaps the force we rarely think about because it acts so slowly is galactic tides. Just as the Moon's gravity raises tides on Earth, the collective gravitational pull of the Milky Way exerts a kind of slow-motion tidal effect on the farthest reaches of our solar system. This is especially true for distant objects like Pluto.